Well, we've also been talking about the fact that suppliers have been disrupted. A lot of these supply chains have not been able to make products at the same speed that they were before the coronavirus outbreak. And one stock in particular that we have been talking about is Apple. Now, Apple did issue that warning just in terms of the fact that they could see a drop from suppliers. It could impact their numbers here in the first quarter, but they're actually out with a new measure and they're limiting customers in terms of the number of products that they could buy from their website. And Sibile, you're standing by with more on this. And I mean, there's so many questions here, but the first is what kind of impact could this have on Apple's business?
Yeah, so this is actually Apple trying to protect their business. As you mentioned, Seana, they were one of the first to say that in the first quarter, their revenue was going to take a hit because of the coronavirus outbreak. And since then, we've seen many other companies come out and say so also. But in terms of what Apple is doing now, they're limiting the number of iPhones and iPads that a person can buy when you go online. Let's remember, Apple closed practically all their physical stores except for in China. In China, we've seen the rate of coronavirus slow down there. So that's why Apple was able to reopen their stores there and also their factories. But around the world, they're practically shut. So a lot of consumers are basically going online. That's the way they get their iPhone, their iPads, and try to keep up with technology. So the problem is Apple found out that there are some people who are actually buying a ton of these, hoarding them, and then they're planning to resell them on the black market. So to prevent that from happening, Apple has set these limits. And this applies to iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone 11, 11 Pro, 11 Max, and new iPad Pro models. But you can still get as many MacBook Airs or accessories as you want. In terms of how the stock has been performing, so year to date, Apple stock is down 15%. I was looking at the trading for today, and it's trading pretty flat.
Sibile, what's interesting here is that, I mean, it's trading flat today, but this could have a prolonged impact, not only on Apple, but for some of these other tech giants, also some of their suppliers, just in terms of if they are limiting the number of products. Obviously, sales numbers will substantially drop here over this quarter, next quarter, and maybe even into the second half of the year. Do you think that this is something that we could likely see come out of some of the other tech giants as well?
Yes, definitely. I mean, there are some stay-at-home stocks that many investors expect to do well, such as Facebook and Netflix and Chewy, if you want to order pet food for your pets online. But in terms of the long-term effect, yes, Apple has said it's definitely going to impact their revenue. Apple is worried about global supply chain disruptions. They're also worried about weak demand around the world. So we're going to have to continue to see, how this continues to impact these tech companies.
All right, Sibile, thank you.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.